Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Dai and today I am sharing with you my July manga haul. You may have seen some of what I'm about to show you in my Thesis 19 diaries. That was during the Monochrome Manga Club meeting. So if you watched that entry, you will see some of these that I picked up there. But I also have a few others. There's not as much as there was in June, but there's still quite a bit. So let's get into it. First up, we'll start with the ones that I got during the Monochrome Manga Club meeting, and that is volumes 2, 3, and 4 of My Love Mix-Up. This is story by Wataru Hinekure, art by Aruko. Hinekure? I think it's Hinekure. This one's published by Viz Rated Teen. This is a romance, high school romance with a little bit of a misunderstanding trope, I believe. My daughter was really interested in this one. We picked up volume 1 during the Manga Pride readathon, or right before, and I hadn't gotten to it yet. I don't think my daughter did either. There is a live action drama, I believe, on Viki that I'd like to watch of this as well, so maybe I'll watch that first before I read this. But we picked up volumes 2, 3, and 4 because they were in stock at the store, and so yeah, that's pretty much what we do. If it's in stock, we pick it up, provided we have the funds. So anyway, next up we have volume 1 of Shadow House. This one is by Somato, published by Yen Press, rated teen. This is a mysterious story about a family named Shadow. They use dolls as their faces. So yeah, it sounds intriguing. I thought it sounded interesting, and the art style on this cover looked interesting, so I decided to go ahead and try that one out. We picked up volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Noragami. So you know I've been collecting the current volumes, and I've been doing that since the lockdown. So we had read all of these volumes from the library, and then when everything locked down, we couldn't borrow volumes from the library anymore, so we decided to just purchase them. I was going to add this collection to my collection anyway, so yeah, the store actually had all of the volumes in stock, but didn't have the money to purchase all of the volumes, so we just went with the first 4. And we'll continue to add on as we go. But this is a story about a minor guy named Yato, just doing small jobs to try to have people remember him, because if people forget about him, then he no longer can exist. And then he crosses paths with a girl named Hyori, and Hyori gets into an accident and ends up having the ability to separate her soul from her body and visit like the spiritual lands and stuff. But she can also remain in the human world. And so this story pretty much follows her adventures with Yato, and where we are right now is pretty evolved from where the story started. But it's really, really interesting. I really enjoy this series, and I look forward to every volume that comes out. Then I have volume 4 of Love Me for Who I Am, story and art by Kata Konoyama. This one's published by 7 Seas, rated older teen. But this volume was the last volume I needed to have all of the volumes for the series, so it was really great that there was one left on the shelf while we were there, so now I can read that when I get to it. Next up, I have a volume that we're reading for the Monochrome Manga Club this month, and that is Kami-sama Kiss Volume 1. This is by Julieta Suzuki, published by Viz, rated teen. This is a supernatural romance with comedic elements. I have been wanting to read this one for a while, but just never got around to it. I know it's like a classic. One of our Manga Club members actually requested this one, so that's why I finally was able to pick it up. So I'm interested to see what I think of the series, and you'll hear my thoughts about this volume in my Monochrome Manga Club series First Impressions at the end of the month. Next up, I have volume 2 of From the Red Fog. This one is by Mosai Nohara, published by Yen Press, rated older teen. I believe this one has mysterious murdery elements. The art style is interesting as well, so decided to go ahead and pick that one up. I've got volume 1 of Box of Light, story and art by Seiko Erisawa, published by 7 Seas, rated teen. A quiet convenience store at the crossroads between life and death. Sounds interesting. The art style looks different. So I'm interested to see what I think of that one. And then we have volume 3 of Sasaki and Miyano. This one's by Sho Harusono, published by Yen Press, rated teen. This is a BL romance. I still need volume 4 to fill in that gap. It's been very difficult to get this one, so we're glad to have this one. So now we just need to work on volume 4 and continue to collect the ones that are currently coming out. But my daughter was really interested in this one, and so yes, she is highly anticipating when we get to volume 4 because she really wants to read this one but doesn't want to do it until we get that one filled in because these are really, really thin. And so yes, the art style on this one's super cute. Next up, I have volume 5 of Whisper Me a Love Song. This one's by Eku Takashima, published by Kodansha, rated teen. This is a girl's love story, high school girl's love, about a girl who is starting high school, sees a rock band performance at school, and immediately falls head over heels in love with the lead singer. So much so that she goes and confesses to this person, and eventually this person ends up confessing back. But do they mean the same thing when they say that they fell in love with each other? So I really, really enjoyed volume 1. We read it from Monochrome Manga Club a couple months ago, and I ended up picking up volumes 2 and 3 as well. I didn't know up to volume 5 was out, so I'm missing volume 4. I'll definitely need to fill in that gap. But I really, really enjoyed volume 1, and so I'm looking forward to continuing the series. Next up is one that I'm collecting until the entire thing comes out because I think I'm really going to enjoy the story. And that's volume 9 of Something Is Wrong With Us by Natsumi Endo. This one is published by Kodansha, rated older teen. This is a revenge romance story. The spine on this one is a little bit crooked or off-center, but that's okay. So, yes. Next up, I've got volume 2 of A Galaxy Next Door. This one is by Giro Amagakure, published by Kodansha, rated older teen. This one is about a mangaka who needs help and his assistant offers to help, or his next door neighbor offers to become his assistant. And there's something otherworldly about this person. So really interested to see what this one's about. The back is so cute. So yes. Next up, I have one that a lot of people are asking about at the Barnes & Noble, my mom says, and that is Killing Stalking. This is the deluxe edition, story and art by Kugi. I believe this is a manhwa, published by 7 Seas, rated mature, and I believe this is also a stalking, murdery, or a stalker romance. I think that's what this is. It sure looks like he's out to kill this dude. But yes, it is rated mature. My mom tells me a lot of people ask about this one, where to find it in the store and if they have it in stock. So I'm really interested to see what this one's all about. But yes, I believe it's also a BL. So very interested to see what that one's all about. Next up, I've got volume 2 of Island in a Puddle. This one's by Kei Sanbei. It says creator of Erased, which I have not read, but I'm really intrigued by that one. This one is rated older teen, published by Kodansha. This one is a mysterious story as well. I can't quite remember what this one is about. It sounded super interesting and creepy, and so I decided to pick that one up. I can tell that the cutting on these pages for this one is a little funky. Some of them are sticking out and bent. So that is not good, but yeah, we'll get by. But I do really like the covers on this particular volume. It's very interesting. Next up, I have volume 11 of Living Room Matsunaga-san. This is the final volume, so now I have the whole thing. This one is by Keiko Iwashita, published by Kodansha, rated older teen. This is a boarding house romance with an age gap. I really enjoyed the first 3 volumes I think I've read, and I'm looking forward to getting to the rest of them. This is a nice fluffy read for me. I really enjoyed what I've read of this so far, and a lot of the characters are very interesting and I like them as well. So next up, I've got volume 6 of A Man and His Cat by Umi Sakurai. This one is published by Square Enix, rated all ages, and this is a story about a man and the cat he's adopted. It is a super cute story. We read volume 1 for a monochrome manga club meeting a couple months ago, I believe, so if you'd like to hear my thoughts on that, definitely check out my video. I think when I held volume 5, it didn't have the little cat icon on the spine, but this one does. So that means volume 5 is the only one that doesn't have it, which is strange. But I really enjoyed what I read of this first volume. I still have a lot of questions, so I'm looking forward to seeing if those questions get answered. This series took me by surprise because I really didn't think it was going to be one that I would enjoy. I don't own pets. I've never owned pets, so I didn't know if I could connect with this type of story, but it was so heartwarming and I really enjoyed it. So I'm continuing to collect that one because I really loved checking in with the man and his cat. Next up, I have volume 8 of My Senpai is Annoying. This one is by Shiromata, published by 7 Seas, rated teen. This is an office comedy romance about a girl who thinks her senpai is annoying. But it's possible that her senpai is annoying for another reason. A really good reason. So I really enjoyed volume 1 as well. We also read that one for a monochrome manga club meeting, and so I've been collecting the rest. These are short. They are full color. And so I really enjoyed it. These go by really fast for me, which is another reason why I'm holding on to what I have, because I just go through that one too fast. Next up, I have volume 7 of the perfect edition of Soul Eater by Atsushi Okubo. This one is published by Square Enix, rated older teen. You know I've been collecting these as they come out. I did read volume 1 and thought it was interesting. There were some things in that volume that I didn't remember from watching the anime, but I watched the anime several years ago. We did really enjoy it, and so I want to collect these editions so that I can read through the rest of the series. And so, yes, that is a very nice publication. I'm really enjoying these glossy hardbacks. I almost wish they weren't glossy though, because every little nick you'll be able to see. You know what I mean? But it is lovely. Really love that. And then the last thing I have here is another thing we're reading for the Monochrome Manga Club this month, and that is volume 5 of the Eternal Edition of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon by Naoko Takeuchi, published by Kodansha, rated teen. So this is the volume that we're reading for our club meeting at the end of this month. And yes, it's been an interesting journey. I will say that this series has had some surprises for me. Not necessarily in a good way, but I wouldn't say enjoying, but I'm glad that I'm on this journey with the rest of the club members, because I've never experienced Sailor Moon past the first season of the anime. So all of this is new to me. I know some of the characters, but that's pretty much it. Don't know any of like the battles that they've had past the first season. So we just wrapped up the second arc last month, and all of that was new content to me, and it was a little questionable. But now we're in a new arc, I believe, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they get into in this one and speaking about it with my manga club members. So that will not be in my end of the month Monochrome Manga Club meeting video because it's past the first volume in the series, but you'll hear me talk about it in one of my DSIS 19 diaries that contain my reading wrap-ups. So that is everything I picked up in the month of July. Let me know down in the comments below if you've also picked any of the same volumes up, and if you've read them, what you think of them, but please no spoilers. If nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me a star emoji down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, and that would do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy, and until next time, take care and smile always. Bye!